Hello there and welcome back to another video. In about 10 hours time from the making of this video, we will be facing Manchester United at Anfield for the second time this season. Not at Anfield, we're playing them for the second time this season, I should say. That is what I meant to say. Anyway, and let's make no mistake, it's a massive game, not just because of what we're doing in terms of the title race and such like that as well. It's just a massive game because it's Liverpool versus Manchester United. Doesn't matter where any team or either team are in the table at any given moment. This is a massive, massive game, and they do have, they should have the motivation to be wanting to stop Liverpool, regardless of what Harry Maguire turns around and says that they're not motivated by, wanting to stop our title bid or anything like that. They should be. They should be. That's what they should be looking to do, because that's what I would be looking to do. Yes, you want to go out there and you want to win the game and all that sort of stuff. That's the most important thing. But if you have the chances to dent a title run, you better believe that I would be motivated as a Liverpool player or even as a Liverpool fan, that I would want to derail that. And that's what I'm expecting from Manchester United anyway. That's what I'm expecting from these players. And I'm expecting a strong performance from Liverpool as well. We've seen what we've been able to do against Manchester City, especially in the first half in the FA Cup semi-final as well, that we are more than capable of taking anyone to town at any given moment, at any given time as well. And what I did before this game is that I went and looked back at our lineup that we had when we beat Manchester United at Old Trafford 5-0 this season, and I wanted to look at their lineup as well. And I completely forgot that we didn't even have we didn't have Fabinho in midfield. Like, I forgot that. It just went out of my head. And that we actually started with a midfield three of Jordan Henderson, James Milner and Naby Keita. And we were still able, all right, I know Milner went off injured and Naby Keita later on due to Pogba getting a red card. They went off injured later on in the game. Fabinho wasn't even on the bench. Now we have an opportunity to start with what could be classed as, moving forward, our best midfield three, which could be Naby Keita, Fabinho and Thiago. Incredible. Incredible when you think about it, that we've already beaten Manchester United 5-0 this season, and we didn't have what I would consider our starting, strongest front midfield three. Our front three that day was Jota, Firmino, and obviously Mohamed Salah on that day, getting a hat-trick at Old Trafford. And then we had a back four of Andy Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and Trent Alexander-Arnold, with Alisson in goal as well. And then if I just move to their lineup, which they had, again, it could be similar in this one. I don't think they're going to have Varane available for this game either. They had Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw's going to be missing, I think, as well. I'll go through their injuries and stuff later on in this video. Scott McTominay, Fred. Obviously, they had Greenwood. That's not going to happen for, hopefully, the foreseeable future, and shouldn't be anyway, regardless of any of that. Bruno, you had, what's his name? Marcus Rashford and Cristiano Ronaldo up front, who had a goal disallowed for an offside against us, which would have made it 5-1 at the time, but it ended up being 5-0. Now, if I go for what our predicted lineup could be for tonight, predicted lineup isn't actually that much different. Well, you got Alisson, Trent, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho and Thiago, Salah, Jota and Sadio Mane. Obviously, what we're discounting here is the fact that Luis Diaz is a Liverpool player, and I do expect that he will play. I do expect that he'll play. I think you give someone, if you go with a front three, if it's, because I imagine it's going to be Salah, Mane and Luis Diaz playing, I think Luis Diaz could cause that defence an immeasurable amount of problems, because the likes of, let's go through their injuries, apparently Rafael Varane is out, Fred is out, Cavani is out, Scott McTominay is out, and Luke Shaw is doubtful, which means that we could be coming up against Wan-Bissaka, and we could be coming up against Alex Telles, or you could be coming up against Diogo Dalot as well. Now, Dalot and Alex Telles would be liking to get forward a bit more, wanting to get those passes and crosses into the box, with the main man that they would have in Cristiano Ronaldo, wanting to get on the end of those balls. The problem that they would have then is that you've got two fullbacks that are much more committed to going forward, coming up against our fullbacks and also our front three, which essentially turns into a front five if our players and our fullbacks are given license to go up. Tellez and Dalot don't seem to stick back very, very well. They don't like to stay back. They don't want to do the defending. They'll want to do the minimum amount of defending, but really they want to be getting forward. And looking at, say, if it's Dalot versus Luis Diaz or Sadio Mane, and if it's Alex Tellez against Mohamed Salah, I'm thinking, is tonight going to be the night that Salah gets back on the score sheet? Because I'd be looking at it and saying, yes, I would say that it is. We have got a really good chance here, and I'm not taking it for granted. But if we do anything like we did against City in the first half at the weekend, we've got a good chance of being able to not just walk away with the victory here, but also put a major dent into Manchester United's top four hopes. Their hopes of getting anything out of this game literally hinge on one player in Cristiano Ronaldo. And make no mistake, the guy's 37. He's not the most mobile. He's not the quickest player of all time. He's not like he used to be, where he was electric. His movement was just impeccable. He's not that player. But what he is if you give him the chances, and if he's given the chances in front of goal, more often than not, he's going to take them. He's the reason they won against Norwich. And I watched some of that game. When it was Man United versus Norwich. Norwich should have won. And I'm not even BSing you. Norwich should have won that game fairly comfortably. All right, maybe comfortably isn't the right word. Considering that they are bottom of the table, they should have at least got a point out of it. But they didn't because of Cristiano Ronaldo. The rest of the team, though, I think it's easily got at. They get bailed out a lot by David De Gea, but there's only so much he can do when he's going to have Victor Lindelof and he's going to have Harry Maguire in front of him. And maybe he's going to have Alex Tellez and he's going to have Diogo Dalot or Wan-Bissaka, the tackling machine as they call him. I'll never forget Manchester United fans saying that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a better right back than Trent Alexander-Arnold. Don't hear that anymore. Absolutely not. The fact that we can start this game with a stronger on paper lineup than we did the last time and we beat them 5-0 handily. I'm thinking that we do go out and win this game. Of course I do. That is what I believe that we do, and I believe we have to. People keep saying that, I don't know where it's come from. It might have come from Gary Neville turning around and saying that he thinks that Liverpool have the easier running than Manchester City for the title. And yet we still have to go and play. I'm pretty sure we still have to play Tottenham, which I'm very sure of. And I'm pretty sure we also still have to play Everton as well for the second time. And even though Everton are they've been in free fall, they're not in very good form. They're hovering above the relegation zone. It's a derby, and it is difficult. Whereas you've got most of Man City's games, I think, if I remember rightly, are all against bottom, lower league, lower in the table teams. When we are coming up against Manchester United and we're coming up against Tottenham, we're coming up against Everton, which they could all cause us problems. But we've got to start strong tonight. We have to start strong, very, very strong, out the blocks, so fast, out the blocks, like Usain Bolt. We have got to get out here. And within the first 10 minutes, I'm expecting a goal. At least I am expecting a goal. Because I think we have to. I think the more that they will be trying to start strong as well, like they did in the first time we played them. When they had that ball, what was it? Someone flashed the ball across to Bruno Fernandes. Instead of taking a low shot to the left-hand side, he tried to go and make it a flashy shot and put it into the top right, and it didn't go in. Flashed it over the bar. A couple of minutes later, we went down and made it 1-0. A couple of minutes after that, we made it 2-0. And that's what I think Liverpool need to do tonight. I don't care if we concede, as long as we go out there and win. That's what we need to do. I want to put this Manchester United team to the sword. And I want to end their hopes of top four. I've heard someone saying it should be illegal for Mr. Champions League to hear the Europa League theme. Well, if he's staying at United next year, he's going to hear that theme. Could even possibly hear the Europa League conference theme. And I hope he does. I hope he does. I really, really do. And I want us to be the ones that start putting the nails in that coffin for their top 4 chances, whilst boosting our chances of possibly overcoming a juggernaut like Manchester City in the title race. Man City are close to announcing Erling Haaland for next season already. So next season, there's going to need to be some serious recruitment and stuff like that to even think. I can't even fathom like what it's going to be like for Man City next season, for the amount of chances they create, and they haven't even really had an out-and-out number 9 this season. They've been going with false 9s, wingers, midfielders, playing in the striker position. What's it going to be like next season when they got someone like an Erling Haaland in the middle of in the centre forward position for them, with the chances that they create? We need to go out there, do our jobs tonight, and I would love it if we kept a clean sheet. I'd love it if we smashed them 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-0. I would love it. Absolutely love it. I'd also love it if we shit ours to 1-0. I would. No shots on target for Man United. I'd love a game like that. I really would. The 3 points are what matters, but I want the morale of that Manchester United team to go down even further than it's already gone down this season. That is what I want. Getting the 3 points, most important. Second most important, destroying this Manchester United team. And I hope that that's what we can do tonight. Start strong. Like I say, I think if I go through my lineup, the only change that might come in is Konate for Joel Matip, because he's played consecutive games for Liverpool. But I have no opposition to Matip starting or Konate starting alongside Virgil van Dijk. I have no problems with the midfield that gets played, as long as we have some sort of combination of Fabinho and Thiago. Whoever that third man is, be it Jordan Henderson, James Milner, Naby Keita, whoever it might be, I think that we can go out there and do the business against Manchester United. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What do I think the score's going to be? I'm going to go for 2-0. I'm going to go for 2-0 Liverpool. I think it'll be professional. I think we'll control the game, and I think we can take it out of their hands quite quickly. If we get more goals than that, hey, fantastic. If we can get Salah back on the score sheet, even better. But 2-0 Liverpool, that's what I'm going for, and I think we can walk out there with the victory. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please do feel free to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new around here as well. Do take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of the day on this day, which is Tuesday. The match is tonight, 8 o'clock. I'll catch you later.